Denmark. Late medieval period. Two brothers take control of Denmark's drug trade, Claudius and Hamlet. Together they flood the nations of Denmark's borders with mass amounts of cocaine by way of boat, horseback, and pirates. However, recently, Hamlet, Denmark's leading drug pen, has been killed. This is National Geographic's inside look at the family behind drug-infested Denmark. In the late medieval ages, drugs had become a major part of Europe's civility, and the brothers, like Claudius and Hamlet, were banking on a $13 million global drug corporation of illegal trade and eliciting narcotics into areas like Fortinbras. Chief diplomats of the area advocated a plan to stop the illegal distribution and eliminate drug crime and violence by enforcing their war on drugs. DEA agents and law enforcement struck down firmly on the drug ring and crippled their internal network. When Hamlet was convicted and sent to prison, the fate of his drug ring was in severe danger. His ring was either exiled or sent to prison, but nothing would mark the tragedy of Hamlet's death 4 days after. The world grieved as worldwide drug dealer Hamlet was found dead in his $18 million estate. The cause of death is a conclusive overdose of cocaine and other illicit drugs. According to reports, Hamlet's wife, Gertrude, has recently married Hamlet's partner and brother, Claudius, in a matter of weeks.
Here we go. How would you respond to the criticism you've been getting for marrying Claudius?
Wait, my arm.
How do you respond to the criticism you're getting for marrying Claudius?
No comment.
Because of his new family ties, Claudius was now in perfect position to build the biggest cocaine industry in the history of Denmark. However, Hamlet's son had other plans. Through the time of Claudius's reign on top, Hamlet began to become suspicious of his father's death and his mother's remarriage.
My mom's a hoe. She's supposed to be all, loving dad with my dad and whatnot. But she only mourned for like 2 days, and after that she got married with his brother. Like, that's just a hoe move. And that nigga Claudius, he can suck my balls. Like on the real, like, you gonna marry your brother's wife? Like, something's gonna be done about this. You know what I'm saying? Enough said. Yeah.
According to reports, after Hamlet's father's death, he began acting psychotic. Claudius's right-hand man, Polonius, comments on the situation.
He's always been kind of crazy. He's a wimp. He got with my daughter. He's been rejected, so of course he's gonna go crazy when she rejects him.
During a drug bust in the town outside of Denmark, destruction struck Claudius's drug circle. According to reports, tension and secrets plagued Claudius's drug ring, and what was supposed to be an easy delivery of cocaine across the border of Fortinbras turned into a homicidal bloodbath. Hamlet was unloading the pounds of cocaine when he and his mother got into a skirmish. Supposedly, the shipment of drugs had been tampered with by federal agents. Supposedly, Hamlet, in a fit of rage, struck his mother when she cried for help. He heard someone from behind the car. Thinking it was Claudius, he dove in and immediately took him out. Unfortunately, those were Polonius's last words. After the death of both Polonius and Hamlet Sr., there was a lack of leadership within the drug ring. This dilemma left the remaining members to fend for themselves, which only led to more problems. Claudius and Hamlet were both determined to run the business and become the next drug lord. In doing this, they started an internal war that had a deadly fate. Although we were supposed to have an interview with Ophelia about the recent events, earlier this morning witnesses spotted her on her usual walk, picking flowers and singing when she suddenly ran out in front of the car and died fatally. This would soon be the turning event to what is now the great disaster of Denmark's drug empire.
It's all Hamlet's fault. I hate him. I kill that nigga.
On a late August afternoon, Hamlet and Horatio were spotted walking through the streets of Denmark when suddenly they heard a shot from across the street. Running after them was Claudius and his crew. No one, not even Hamlet, saw this coming as they began to duel in the streets. This led to one of the biggest family homicides in the history of Denmark. Among the casualties were Claudius, Hamlet, Gertrude, and Laertes. No one was left to claim their lives besides Hamlet's close friend, Horatio. This has been National Geographic's inside look behind the tragic family of drug-infested Denmark.